This video is about photopolymer plates. I've got this Toyobo plate, and one side is metal and the other one, it has the sensitive polymer. It's also called flexography, and I'm just gonna start off by peeling out. I'm in the dark because it's light sensitive, so I'm gonna peel out this transparency here, and once it's off, I'm going to place it on the UV light. So I've got the acetate, and the acetate has the shiny side and the matte. So I'm going to use the matte side, place it on my glass, and then I'm going to put the polymer side into touching the emulsion. Because I'm doing a test, I'm gonna use a black piece of paper to cover one side of it, and then I'm gonna bring this down, clamp both sides, and then turn 50 light units, and I'm gonna press on off. So I've clamped, and now I'm gonna press on off. The vacuum, it's getting tight. You can see the ring, the blue ring, and then you'll see the numbers going down. Stage is to put the plate with the aquatint acetate, and we're going to put it for the same time that you use for the image acetate. I have also set up an area after the washing where I can put my plate and use some newsprint to take the stickiness out of it. So have several pieces of paper. You don't want to use the same piece, as the sticky liquid has to be kind of like taken away. In the meantime, we've got a little tray, and we'll have water at room temperature. It's not meant to be cold or warm, and I also have a brush with soft bristles, and I'm going to help it develop. At this stage, my plate has been exposed twice, so I'm going to use the water to rinse it off and develop it, and I'm also using the brush with the bristles. I've got the image dark as it's still light sensitive, so you spend a couple of minutes just rinsing it off using the brush. The plate has been washed and it looks like this, and now I'm going to place it on the newsprint, and I'm going to use a newsprint to dry it. Take that away, get a new one. Until it doesn't feel sticky. Okay, and I'll do a last one. There we go. And that's dry, and now I'm just going to use the hair dryer to finish it off drying. The first thing I'm going to do before I start printing is add a little bit of oil to the plate. Even though it's been cured and the color has changed to a light blue, if I add a little bit of oil to the plate, it'll make it, the oil won't stick to the paper, because if you don't allow the plates to dry properly, or what might happen is that the paper might get stuck to the plate. So out of precaution, I always like to put some oil into the plates before I start inking them up. Now you see that I've got several plates here. This is because I'm doing tests to check what's the right time for this image. So if you're looking for the right time for a Toyobo plate, I think it really depends on the type of plate that you bought, as well as the light unit, the UV light unit that you actually have. So yeah, the way to ink this up is by applying the ink the same way you would do with an intaglio plate. Just use the squeegee and apply the ink different directions so that the ink goes into all the small grooves. The next stage for me would be to use paper to take the excess off ink. And then at this stage, I will get my scrim or tarlatan to start removing the ink from the surface. I always ask your scrim to be nice and tight, so it's not scruffy like that, but rather the flat side. And I'm just gonna, in gentle circular movements, start removing the ink from the surface of the plate. Turn it around. And little by little, work with the scrim. So we're gonna use a piece of paper, and I'm going to just gently go into the white areas and try to clean that up a bit better. What happens as well is that sometimes when you use the piece of paper, it can leave funny marks. Like these kind of like dotted, I'll show them to you, kind of like dots that you can see here. So I'm gonna go back to the scrim. I'm gonna move the scrim so I get a fresh, a dry part of it, and I'm going to just use the scrim very gently, just to take away those funny marks. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that like that. So let's lift it up and see the results. There we go.